I am Crazy G, and we're going to go to the phones right now because I know for a fact we have Mr. Paul Davidson, bass and vocals for the band Mindset X. Hello, Paul.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, not too bad, man. Welcome to the G-Spot. How are you and what's up?
Doing fine myself. Just kind of, I guess, in transition, getting out of work and going to work, so.
I know that feeling, man. I did it for many, many years. Mindset X has been around for close to a decade now. For those who might not have heard of Mindset X, can you tell them a little bit about how the band was born?
Well, it started with Steve, and he actually put an ad into it was some on. I don't even think it was online, but it was some newspaper ad or something like that. And Adam came to the call because he was looking for a drummer at the time, and so they started hooking up, writing music, and they liked what they were producing and decided to go ahead with it, and that's how Mindset X came to be.
You guys are from around the New England area.
Pretty much like the New Hampshire area, Manchester, and somewhere up north.
Yeah, way up there in good old New England. I hear you, man. I've checked out a few of your tracks, and your music is super cool, and it rocks. We just played Lilith, and from time to time I like to go in blind, so I had a few of your tracks, and I listened to almost all of them except for that one. And I just went ahead and played it without even listening to it or screening it, just because that's how we roll here on the G-Spot. I got to tell you, it's a pretty cool track. What was it like putting it together?
Truthfully, I couldn't tell you.
Well, that's good.
The only reason why is I'm like the new guy, the new old guy in the band.
Well, hey, I've been there too, man. So what are you going to do? That's the way it goes. Dirty Little Freak is also rocking. Do you know the story with that song?
It was actually Steve likes Steve and his quirky writing, I guess you could say. And I believe that one came through in one of the bar gigs that he, because we've been all playing bars for a long time, and that one kind of just kept coming up, I guess you could say. So he wrote a song about it. And there you have it, Dirty Little Freak.
Yeah, I love some of the lyrics to that song. The band is in the process of writing a concept album, which is called Oceans. In October 21st, the band is set to release a single. What can you tell us about that?
About the album or the single?
Both.
Well, the album, like you said, it is a concept album. It is based off of actually one's ride in life, I guess you could say, because he goes in his ups and his downs, and this person is trying to just figure himself out and his place in the universe. And so we just started to, come up with a group of songs and started to write and stuff like that. And the single is, I don't even remember what it is, but it's one of our I guess you could say it's a rock tune. It's more of a rock kind of just in your face kind of tune, and that's more or less the wake up of like where this person is in life. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, it sounds it. The same day you'll be opening for Tony Levin, former King Crimson and Peter Gabriel member, at the Regency Theater in Arlington, Mass. How excited are you guys to be doing this the same day the single will be released?
Very excited. We are very excited because, I don't know, they're like our heroes, I guess you could say, because we've always, and as for me, being a bass player, I've been I'm like, I got to practice every night now, what it's
Step up your game.
I'm right on for the night, so, but, it's great because we like to, take our music to different levels. I mean, I'm also playing keys on the album as well, and I do that live. So not only am I a bass player, but I'm the keyboardist, backing vocals as well. And so it gives it a whole new atmosphere, and I think that actually plays in well with actually what Tony Levin will be doing that night as well.
Wow, that's totally awesome, and sounds like it's going to be a blast for you guys. According to some information I received, the CD Oceans will not be released until after the holidays. Any particular reason why?
We don't want to be rushed. That's basically it. A lot of it is, it's pretty much all recorded, so we'll be going into the mixing process pretty soon. And of course, we wanted to prepare for the Tony Levin show, and a couple other shows, coming up at the end of the year. So we didn't want to rush it, going into the studio, because we wanted it to be a well thought out, well produced album and stuff like that. And so far, we've all been happy in the way, the direction, and how it's coming out. So that's a good sign.
And that makes perfect sense. I mean, I'm sorry to say, there are a lot of artists that, for lack of a better term, rush into it in some aspects, I believe. I don't know why. It's pretty cool that you can just let it flow and come natural, and I think it enhances it more that way as well.
Oh, it does. Especially, and we've been playing the songs live as well, that are on the album. So we've been able to really refine what we've been putting onto the album itself, So, and that helps going into the studio because, as soon as you're there, you're paying for it. So it's almost like you got to get in and out as quickly as you can, but make sure that you know your parts real well, But we've been, well versed in that and very comfortable going into the studio. So, like I said, we're all happy on how it's been turning out.
After reading the assets that I got on you guys, a guest appearance by John Wesley of Porcupine Tree will be gracing this CD. What's the story of how that came about? On the side of Mindset X, I actually work with a music label up here in Candia, New Hampshire. It's an independent label called Transit Music Group, and what we'd like to do is put together some good-sized shows, some interesting shows. We work a lot with bands, international bands, and we send our bands that we work with over on this side of the states to other countries. And in doing so, we've been networking a lot with a lot of different clubs, promoters, all different kinds of good stuff in the way. And it was a couple of years ago, I think, John Wesley was actually thinking of, he was doing some solo shows down in Berkeley, and he contacted Dave Roberge, is the president, the CEO of Transit Music Group, because Dave also graduated from Berkeley, and so they started talking, trying to put together a show down there, which actually happened. And since then, it's been a couple of years, they've been in contact with each other. So it was just like a natural fit, because of what we like for style in our music and stuff like that, because it is gearing more toward the progressive style. And that's where John fits in, John Wesley, and especially Porcupine Tree, which I'm a big fan of. So it was just a matter of just calling him up and saying, would you mind, just kind of playing a little bit? And he was all for it. And so, yes, he was on the album as well. That's awesome, man. That's a very cool story. The album is also being recorded by Grammy Award-winning producer Jay Frigoletto. What was it like working with Jay on this CD?
I loved it. In fact, not only did I love it, but, Steve and I loved it too. It was a very comfortable setting. Jay's just a great guy to work with, tossing ideas around, try this, try that, and, he has a good ear for music, and everything just fell together real nice. So we're actually, we're excited about recording. Now we're really excited about doing the mixes and stuff like that, because that's where actually Jay shines, and we thought he did an excellent job just doing straight recording for us,
Isn't it great when a plan comes together, though, and everything fits so nice and neat?
The 18, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Did you guys, or should I say, I know you said you're basically the new guy. Did you guys approach Oceans any different from the past 4 albums from Mindset X?
Well, I would have to say yes on that because of me. And it's not an ego thing, but I guess, from listening to people and hearing what they say, I really brought the band to a new level. Because when I first got into the band, we went over some of the older material, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, hey, there's like just slight key parts on this stuff, that they did in the studio. So I have a couple keyboards. I started bringing those out to the shows, and actually filling in some of the holes that they did in the studio. And then we started off of that, and before you know it, I have this whole keyboard rig now that I bring out. And part of it also, it's just a lot of textures, a few song changes, but it actually brought to life a lot of the music. And because of that, when we saw the new album, the ideas were just, it was just like, a Cracker Jack box. You open it up and there's like a toy inside, and let's try this, and, it's fantastic. Everything, like you said, just came together, and, what can I say?
No, and I bet you that I don't want to say an ego boost, but I bet you that makes you feel good as the individual coming into, a new thing.
It definitely does.
And, that's a good thing because, you want to be able to let a person create. Welcoming somebody into the band for the first time, it must kind of feel unusual in some aspects, so that's definitely awesome.
Even listening to the music, though, it's all, you can tell it's still Mindset X, but like the core of the band, the feel of the band is still there. It's just that it's a lot stronger now is what it feels like, a lot more bigger. It's a bigger sound for a three-piece is what it is.
I just have one more quick question for you, and then I'll let you go. Other than what we've talked about, is there anything else we can expect from Mindset X in 2014 or early 2015?
Album's going to come out. We are looking at doing some touring, East Coast tour, and definitely another, or I should say a international tour as well is in the works. So that is pretty cool. We're looking to kind of almost also, we're definitely stepping up our game, trying to step out of the bar scene and going into a more bigger atmosphere as well, kind of like we really enjoyed playing the theaters and stuff like that, trying to get on some bigger bills. So yeah, all around the whole thing is progressing, which is great. I
just want to take the time right now to say thank you to you, Paul Davidson, bassist and vocals and keyboards, as we learned, for the band Mindset X. I want to thank New England Concert Reviews at this time as well, and it's been a great conversation with you. I had a lot of fun. I appreciate you calling in. I want to thank you. I want to thank the band, and I wish you guys the best. I can't wait for this new CD to come out.
Great. I can't wait either.
Paul Davidson, bassist, vocals, keyboardist, Mindset X. Thanks again. Good luck. I wish you the best. New CD, Oceans, coming out very soon. Check these guys out. Like them on Facebook. Go to their website. Check them out there as well. Again, rock and roll. Thanks again, man.
All right. Cheers. Thank you.
Paul Davidson, bass, vocals, and keyboard for the band Mindset X. Pretty cool. The newbies stayed throughout. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, first I want to thank him, Paul Davidson, Mindset X. I want to thank New England Concert Reviews, sponsor of the G-Spot.